fraction is smaller or less than a whole shape or a whole number. For example, 1/2, 3/4, 2/5. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. If we look at this, 1, your numerator, is smaller than the denominator. The 3, the numerator, is smaller than the denominator. These we call proper fractions. But an improper fraction is when the numerator is larger or bigger than the denominator. Sorry. If we look at these examples, the numerator is bigger than the denominator. 7/5, 6/4, 9/6. The top numbers, the numerators, are bigger than the denominator. So we call these improper fractions. Right, so here I have some oranges that I've cut into halves. So I've got 3 halves. 1, 2, 3 halves. So we write that as a fraction, 3 halves. So now you can see here that the 3 is bigger, the numerator is bigger than the denominator, which means this fraction is an improper fraction. Improper fraction. Now if I put 2 of these halves, so here's a half, there's a half, and here's the third half, 2. The third half. So I took 2 halves, I put it together, and I made a whole. So there's 2 halves, I've put it together, and I made one whole. Look, again, took 1 half, another half, a second half, put them together, and I've made one whole. So I've got 1 whole and 1 half. So what's my fraction now? I've got 1 whole and 1 half. So this I can now write as 1 whole. So here I've got 1 half plus a half is equal to 1 whole plus this half here. So 3 halves is equal to 1 whole and a half. So this number here now, so this fraction here is an improper fraction. When I change it to this, I've got 1 whole number, 1 whole orange, and a fraction, a half left over. So this now is called a mixed number. But we'll go more into detail with this one in a different video. Today I just want you to see. Let's add some fractions together. So we've got 4/5 plus 3/5. Now remember, we add, when the denominator is the same, we only add the numerator. So 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. The denominator is the same, so we keep it over there. I can also draw it and show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So in our first fraction, we've got 4/5. So let's color in 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 4. In our second fraction, we have 3/5. So we have to color in 3 more. Let's choose a different color. So we color in 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 orange fifths and 3 pink fifths. Let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 fifths all together. Right, you try the next 2 in your book. So pause the video, write down the equations, and write down your answer as well. So we counted the fifths, and we got 7 fifths over, so 7 over 5, 7 fifths. Right, so you've written this down. Let's work it out together. So we've got 3/4 plus 2/4. So we know by now, if the denominator is the same, we keep the same denominator. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Good. So we have the same denominator, which is a third. Let's add the numerators. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. If you have the same answers, tick your work. Well done. Right, I hope you found this video useful. Just remember, an improper fraction is when the numerator is bigger or larger than the denominator. We can add fractions if the denominators are the same. We can add fractions by just adding the numerators. If you remember these, you'll go very far with fractions. Well done and good luck.